we spent some time looking at a Washington sale that took place last month. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at an upcoming auction that's taking place on the same auction website. Now this isn't a big auction. I think there's only 6, 8 properties, something like that. And I haven't done a total lot of due diligence on it yet. So we're going to kind of go in there, look at the list, and see what we can find in Clark County, Washington.
All right, let's go and check that out here real quick.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the same website that we were looking at before and start viewing some of the properties on this list. I just briefly kind of looked over it, so this is going to be kind of our view as well. So we may find good properties, we may find bad ones. I'm kind of interested to see what happens.
Yeah, well, there's a total of 8 properties in this sale here. We can see what we've got. One of them that's redeemed so far. Let's see what these other ones are. All right, so opening bid of $21,000, and no address here on the property. Let's see, but assessed value of $500,000 on the property. Now it doesn't tell us what the acreage is, but it does give us an APN number here. So we'll copy that.
We've also got the GIS, and then you can also see there's a title report.
Yeah, we've got the title report right here.
And this is incredibly helpful. This really helps us with stage 2 due diligence that we talk about, where we've got to go and research for deeds. They have a title search done. We can look through it and see what we're going to need to be aware of. And in fact, some of these title companies will offer title insurance on the property.
Yeah, we can see. So they've got all the taxes that are out here on it. Any other details we need to know?
Let's go ahead and look at the GIS real quick.
Yeah, let's see here. All right, now we've got some of the additional data here, and let's see, the map is got to be.
Go ahead and click on the building right next to the account, kind of up at the top. See where it says building.
Yeah, look at that. It does show the house, and it looks like a nice house. In fact, it was built in 1973. 1,595 square feet. Oh, that's just the main. There's an attached garage there as well.
Yeah, we can see that they're giving it an average condition, which is good. You know, we like seeing that better than below average. You can see the layout of the home, you know, what it was built. And you can see some of the different links that we can click on. There's a sales search there, so that if we want to look at properties that have sold, when we try to figure out the value, there's any permits, there's different documents, auditor docs, taxes. And so we have a bunch of the information where we can start researching more into it. We have the address, and then we can check the GIS map as well.
Yeah, so we've got the image of the property right here. The image here, it looks like, let's see, the street side image that we have is from May of 2023, and the property looks like it could be vacant at this time. You know, I mean, it kind of looks unkempt, you know, from the outside, like there's nobody living there. Let's go around the side here and see.
And when was this street view?
May of 2023.
So we're a couple years old.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there was some
car there.
Yeah. So it, look at that. They've got like a furry driveway. But yeah, somebody was living there.
Go back and look at that car real quick. That's been there for a while.
Yeah, it's possible somebody's not living there.
So it very well could be vacant. Maybe it was grandma's house, or maybe it was somebody who moved across the country. You know, we're not quite sure what's happened to it, but it looks like that it used to be vacant. They've left some type of property there. And we might be able to see something when we look into the owner's name. You know, it's many times we've been able to look up owner's name and find out that they've passed away, and that gives us an idea of when things might have happened. I mean, so it's worth, you know, 450 to 500,000. Now it's probably going to need a lot of work, but with that kind of profit margins in it, you could still pay 200 for it and still make some money on it. You can pay 150 and put 50 to 100 into rehabbing it and still make 200 grand on the deal.
Yeah, and like
least.
while it probably needs some work or some condition, it has been cared for most of its life. You know, you can tell that about it. You know that it's more of a recent issue here, but stuff like the roof looked fine at the time. The exterior looked fine at the time. I mean, the property for the most part looks fine. You know, no real problems here. But the fact, yeah, I mean, it's starting off there for you know, for 20,000, 21,000, and valued there very high. So yeah, you could bid this property up here, and there, yeah, this could be a good one to bid on.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got the information there to do our due diligence beforehand. Would go ahead and determine what the actual market value is, which would help us set our high bid amount based on the repairs that we're estimating and the cost involved.
Oh, interesting. This one's another $20,000 opening bid amount here, but it says it's valued at 387,000. It doesn't tell us any of the additional data from there.
Yeah, they're really not providing us a lot. We've got to go into the county records to find out more about it.
Yeah, well, let's see. Land value, building value, they've got listed there of 199.
Do they have some photos underneath the building tab?
Yeah, there is, well, an image from 2023.
One thing I notice about that, you can kind of see that this could be an abandoned property as well. Now it's located in Vancouver, so, you know, not a bad area, probably has value that it still makes sense to, you know, finish rehabbing it. But you can't, does look like it could have been definitely neglected and may have been abandoned.
Yeah, it's very overgrown there. You can see it's been something that's been going on here with it for years. May of 2023. Now it could be occupied. That's possible, I suppose. Here, you know, they could be parking in front of it.
What is on the ground there on the driveway?
I don't know. I can't really tell. It's just brown.
Oh, it's like moss or something.
Yeah,
Looks like
yeah.
the driveway's cracked and, you know, stuff has grown through it. But look around the neighborhood a little bit. It looks to be kind of the trashiest home on the block.
Oh, by
So
far,
you
it's
know
by
the
far the
neighbors
trashiest home.
would love to
Yeah.
have it. And, you know, we were talking about this the other day on one of our trainings where, you know, in this kind of situation we're buying, you know, out of state, we may not have that option. But if you're to go view this home in person and take on-site photos yourself, and you see one of the neighbors or talk to one of the neighbors, they can give you the skinny. We have found more about property by talking to the neighbors about when, you know, when somebody lived there last, what happened, any drama, which can help us make you know, a lot better informed decision. In fact, most of the neighbors are glad that somebody is taking ownership or interested in the property to help beautify the property, which is going to help their whole neighborhood look better.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, that's usually their biggest concern is just that, you know, nobody's doing anything with it. You know, it's an issue of neglect, you know, more than anything. You've got a building lot there that's opening up for 5,400, valued maybe at 50,000. Let's see. There's another $20,000 one here. At 361. Interesting. All right, let me just grab that real quick. And let's see. Oh, look at that one. That one looks awfully new.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, it looks real good.
so this was a condo unit. It says here, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo unit, 1,300 square feet. Yeah, the condition here is average. Here, let me just.
Now, one thing with a condo unit is we're always going to contact the condo association before buying. It's going to save you a whole lot of headache if you do that before you buy versus after you buy. Let them know who you are, what you're looking to do, and see if they can give you any additional information. You're going to want to find out what fees, and you're going to want to see how workable they are you know, after you purchase the property, how workable they're going to be in working with you. You know, in most states, HOAs aren't going to stick to the property, but that doesn't mean the HOA can't make your life miserable. So it's going to be beneficial for you to give them a quick call. It's going to give you information about the property you're not going to be able to find from any other source. Plus, you can probably try to get in good with them that if you do end up winning the property, you've already got a leg in the door.
It's interesting here. These are valued quite high. You know, these similar units like this, I think, are valued pretty high. But I think we have interior images of this one from this last time.
That is really nice.
Yeah, it is. It's a really nice little gated community here. And it doesn't tell us here when it sold last. Considering where it's starting at here and what some of the other units are at, I mean, it's starting for 20,000, and it looks like these units are worth about, you know, 375,000 to 400,000.
Yeah. What did Redfin give it?
Oh, actually, I did not pull up here on Redfin yet. Let me do it here. And they put it at 411. It's interesting here. These are valued quite high. You know, these similar units like this, I think, are valued pretty high. Yeah, it was built in 2000. It really is. It's pretty well new.
Look at the notes right there.
Oh, it's weird only sending those.
Yeah, that is weird. I noticed up at the top that it said sold.
Yeah, when did it sell?
That's what I'm trying to see. You can see the about home. It's like usually you should be able to drop that down, or it has all the information. Oh, December?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's not when it sold.
Oh no,
It was 246 since it last sold, so it's been probably 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, but you can see all this additional helpful information about market trends within the area.
Yeah, we see some of the other details for the property, tax information, some other properties that are currently for sale. The prices are definitely going up, you know, in these areas. I mean, other similar properties are selling for the higher prices. You know, you see some of these go up as high as 459, 465.
Yeah, look at that. The sell to list price, they're getting 99.6% of their sales price, and they're averaging 27 days on the market.
Yeah, that's a hot market.
That is a hot market.